sugar dad bod, buddy.
Yep.
Sugar dad bod. Shout out to dad bods.
Shout out to dad bod.
I'm a fan.
Hey, we're
I
live.
don't.
We're live.
Yeah,
Welcome,
I
welcome,
think dad
welcome.
bods are great things. Happy Wednesday, y'all.
Hey, what's happening, y'all?
What's up? Welcome to another episode of Intelligently Ratchet. I'm one of your hosts, DJ P Nominal. My MC block here is the unofficial belly dancer of the group, Bishop Omega. Bishop,
Ooh.
That nigga was belly
there you
dancing.
go. Give it to him. Body roll one time.
His belly was
There it is.
dancing.
There it is.
Oh, shout out to the dad bod. Shout out to the dad bod.
Watch out for the dad bods. Watch out for the dad bods.
Uh,
Watch out for the dad bods. Watch out for the dad bods. That dad bod. That dad bod. That
We
dad
jumped into the ratchet part of the show.
Hey,
yeah, we got start off right.
Right into the ratchet part.
Yo, one more block over to my left, you got the one and only E40 of our group, the Fonzarelli, the wordsmith, the one and only Life and Time of King Just. Just what's happening?
Hey.
And keeping herself nice and cool down there, we got Miss Keisha, hip hop mom. What's happening?
What's up, y'all? You know, when you get a little nauseous about things and you start to get a little misty sweat on you, that's why I'm fanning, because Bishop just finished dancing.
Well, I'm gonna say
Right on.
I'm sexy, goddammit. I'm fucking.
That's
top
all
of the
that matters.
And
I
of
don't
course,
know what you heard.
what you
Go
hear?
ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get you in here. And of course, Miss Candy Carver. Candy, what's happening?
Hi, y'all. I don't know what's happening. I'm here though. I'm here, y'all. I'm here. That's what I got for you today.
Hey, that's good enough. You know
That's
what
about
they say,
all I have today.
better to be seen than to be viewed. So we all in the right place. So if, ladies and gentlemen, it's your first time checking us out, make sure you share it with your timeline. Tell a friend, invite them in. We're on Facebook and YouTube live at the same time. So you can check us out on either platform. And definitely, like I said, share it with your timeline. And yeah, we in here. So how's everybody's week? Everybody's doing good?
We're alive. We're
Facts.
surviving. We are surviving the Civil War.
Ha!
Woohoo!
One way to look at it. Absolutely. So
I'm having a great.
Yeah, we hear yo.
You know what? I'm having a great time. I took a couple of days off at the beginning of the week. You know what I'm saying? Told my job that I had explosive diarrhea, and they understood. You know what I'm saying? I got me some good old man slippers.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, those are nice.
talking about.
Boy,
Bring them in a little bit closer. Let's see this shit.
look at those.
Oh, those look comfy.
Look
Those
at
look
those.
comfy.
Those right there. I've never looked. I was walking around with slides or whatever. You know what I'm saying? My toes are getting cold, even with socks on. When I say this right here, these old man slippers, bring the heat. I love
Make
them.
sure you wash them, okay, friend?
Oh yeah. Because I got sweaty feet, so you know what I'm saying. They about to go in the wash today. Only had it for 2 days.
I was going to say, you just got them, and they are
It's so sloppy.
He's trying to be prophylactic about it.
Prophylactic. Hey, so tell me how it works.
Prophylactication.
You called out for a couple of days, but you working from home though. How does that work? Because I don't know. I go to work every day.
Listen. This is what you do. You got these things called mental breaks. You know what I'm saying? It's just because I don't have any downtime, right? So what you do, because you like people don't realize your commute can zen. You can do a lot of zen work in your commute each and day. Each and
It's
every
decompression.
day.
Yeah, it's a decompression.
Right, it's a decompression. So before you get to work, you go ahead and listen to your music, your audiobooks and everything like that. So
Can't you still do that?
yeah, but it's not the
It's not
same.
the same. It's not the same, buddy.
Not the same.
You know it's not.
For a ride or go for a walk? I know. I'm really asking. Like,
Right? No. I'm saying what it is this, and sometimes you know what I'm saying, like I do a good amount of work, and I got a good amount of vacation time because my job is very generous with the amount of hours that they've given a brother. So if I don't take random ass days, I'll like I had 5 hours of vacation time still left over from from last year. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got you. You know, I'm all about the decompression of vacation days, the self-care days, and everything like that. I'm just asking how it works.
Yeah.
You know, you was like, "Oh, I was supposed to diarrhea." To me,
Like I got up. I'm
gonna sit on the toilet with the laptop. They're gonna hear me grunt, or I could just mute my mic real quick, or whatever.
Can't
You know what I'm
Not
saying?
you on the phone all day, friend.
I'm talking shit, but
yeah, but no, I feel
but in seriousness, what I'm saying, okay, you're like that time you were commuting, couldn't you use that time for something else? Yoga,
sleeping. You get up later when you don't have to commute.
Right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? I might just add drug uses into my day.
You could. You already
you could do that.
Who's to say you already have it?
Just
I'm not contributing to this. He got 8 kids. Bishop need to stay employed. I am not here for this conversation.
You're right.
Man, listen, my job doesn't support my podcast.
He said it.
I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. He said I just won't say their names.
There you go. You just said it.
In account payable. Right.
I want my reimbursement now.
Right. You say shit, you fucking jerk.
So are you saying you miss going to work?
No. I mean, I go to work. I still go to work. I work every day. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like you get burnt out just like any other commute. You know what I mean? Or any other time. It's just like I know with me, if I go to work and it's the same routine over and over again, and I don't have at least a small break, then I just take the break. You know what I'm saying? Because I do that anyway. Even if I was commuting, I'll take a random Tuesday off for no reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mental health days.
Good for you.
I took yesterday.
Good for you.
Something about the spontaneity of it that makes it fun. Even if you're just gonna lay in the bed and watch TV, just the spontaneity of it. Like, oh, I was supposed to be at work today. I'm not. The transition I've seen a lot. I've worked from home. It's been almost 3 years now, but I've changed employers. So my last job, it wasn't a remote job. I was just working remotely because they laid off my team and shipped my work stream to Malaysia. But
dang.
I found and it was super busy during that time, and I had to train myself to work at home like I work in the office, because I found myself getting up like first thing in the morning. Normally I get up, walk the dog, put my coffee on, then go walk the dog, come back, sit, drink my coffee, surf social media. I do this every morning, right? Every morning I wake up. But I found myself when I first transitioned from commuting to the office every day, found myself opening my eyes, getting ready, brushing my teeth, washing my ass, and then logging onto the computer. So I didn't have, and then I'd look around, it'd be 5:00.
Right.
Literally. So I had to train my brain to be like, okay, just like you commute in the morning, just like you get up at 6:30, you might be able to sleep like half an hour later, but still have that transition time in the morning, have that transition time in the evening, and definitely get up during the day. Because because you have easy access to work, and I don't punch a clock. Like as long as I get my work done, don't nobody bother me. So, and it's been like that with this job and the previous job. But so I don't have to like punch in at 8:00 and then punch out for my lunch. Yeah. I just would find myself going all day into the night because I could, and there was still a pile of stuff to do. So you have to train yourself to still work at home just like you would work if you were sitting in the office building.
Right. See, mine's a little bit different. I wish I could do that, but you know what I'm saying? I'm IT, so I'm accountable for I got to be accountable for the hours that I'm on there because I have to help folks because they're calling in.
You got to check in tickets and stuff.
But that doesn't mean you have to start working at 7 and work all the way through till 5:00 every day. That doesn't, you still have your breaks. You still have your lunch hour. Right. You still log in at 8 and log out at 5. Right. So make sure you're paying attention to your body, because if you were working outside the office, you'd walk from your home to your car, and then drive and then park and then walk from up from your car up into your, so you're losing, even though that sounds like a little bit of activity, you're still losing that activity when you walk from your bedroom to your office space that you have set up in your house, or even lesser, you just roll over, pick up your laptop,
right, and
and open it up, right?
And so that's what I was getting at, like, because some people have that luxury, or been able to shift in that. So with those people that no longer have that commute, whether you had to drive to, some people live in Durham, had to drive to Hillsborough or Raleigh or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
Even though now you get that extra, time of sleep, and you're saying, like Bishop was like, I just need that break because he's so used to doing other things. Why doesn't, not just necessarily him, but a lot of people just do something now with that time, whether it's yoga, meditation, working out, reading the paper, taking a walk that you would spend. Hell, take a drive if that's the case. If you need that, go ahead and take that lap around, you know what I'm saying? One side of the town to the other, come back and be like, all right, I'm good now. That way you can get your podcast in, or get your radio time in, or get that silent time. I know for me, a lot of times I don't even turn the radio on in the morning. That's just my quiet time. You know what I'm saying?
That's my quiet.
Yeah,
just real big on quiet. He turn off his notifications for Intelligent Ratchet
all the time.
That's all right. You gotta advocate for
ask your fucking question.
I guard my peace.
I do too. I recently started turning my do not disturb on, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, I guard my peace. Like when I come home, one of my things is I haven't done it lately because of just of the weather, but like I'll go and I'll sit in my hammock. Like I hug my kids, talk to them for a couple minutes. All right, I need my moment. Let me go out there, chill on my hammock, here outside, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that because like I said, the weather is colder. I don't want to be outside, but you know what I'm saying? So me driving home, I just won't have the radio on a lot of times, and I'll just ride. Sometimes I'll miss the exit. I won't get off Austin Ave. I'll take all the way down to 40 and then come back up just to get that couple minutes.
My mama, when I was little, my mama used to tell me and my sister when she came in the house, this is my transition time, and she would literally go in her room and close her door for an hour almost every day that she got off work. And I never understood it until now. Like, hey,
you know what? If I go in my bedroom and close my door for an hour, Daddy's got on some Pornhub. Ooh, let's go.
And on
my laptop pack. I'm gonna get it.
So what you're saying, Bishop, is you need a little time for some bull while you're in the bull city. So
no, that's not a good transition. Anybody with kids will go and sit in their bathroom, and you know what I'm saying. Just been like, I'll do that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just my.
You know what I do?
I'm looking at the hub, but that's my quiet.
I yell, "Lay down loud!"
If you shut the door,
you ain't got to worry about this, Candy. But you know what I mean? People see, because I think what people underestimate is like when you have kids or get married, that the masturbation stops. It doesn't. You just have to have new and creative ways of doing it.
Let's change the subject away from that.
I brought it back because
all right, y'all. So let's get back to the bull and the bull. What was that? Where we were at?
Yeah.
Start with our first segment today
with
the bull and the bull. That's
I like that. Go ahead, Candy. How we do it again? Do it one more time, boo. Do it for the people.
I don't remember no more.
Do it for the pie. Do it for the pie. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the pie.
I ain't gonna do it. So bull and the bull.
All right. So what we got? Wow. Okay. Hold on. I'm looking at the thing. I can't see it. Okay.
Oh, we've got
activists.
Okay, I got you.
Activists seeking community help in closing the racial wealth gap and by creating a black economic zone in Durham. So I didn't get a chance. I read all these other stories and did not read this one. So I'm ill prepared.
Okay.
So
whoever got it, y'all got it.
Right. Let's speak about
Okay,
that.
well, I kind of know the overall. There's a fella, there's an activist, his name is Skip Gibbs, and he wants to make an area. I think it's near Fletcher Chapel Road and Brightwood, and he wants to create a safe haven for Black economic growth.
Oh.
And what it would allow to happen is there to be places for Black farmers to grow crops. There'd be a farmers market situation set up, and like an open air joint where like entrepreneurs could sell their food or their goods, just a way for for us to have a space that's understood to go to and utilize to kind of alleviate, so that would kind of like help us overcome some of the boundaries of finding space to grow, to find spaces to sell. Because as much as we like the farmers market, I'm not sure if you're aware, but like the Durham farmers market, you got to sign up, like you got to apply, right, to be a part of the Durham farmers market. And because of our heavy influx of new downtown residents, it's competitive. And it's kind of hard to get in. And so if you look on the outskirts of the Durham Farmers Market, you'll notice a couple of folks on the edge. They're technically not on the Farmers Market grounds. So, but they come because that's where they can sell their goods and get business, right? Because there's traffic. This would allocate a specific location for those individuals like that to go and not have to, I don't want to say worry, but have like some of the concern of trying to, or compete with, or worry about not being able to get in because the farmers market is so overflowed with like puppy dog treats and vegan bow ties. So like,
first of all, nobody vegan bow tie.
Vegan bow tie pasta or like a vegan bow tie
made out of.
I like, you know what? I like how you think about food, girl. I meant bow ties for dogs, and I was.
I would like to get one of those vegan bow ties for my dog, but I'm gonna get it from a Black person.
King Just, what you have to say? I saw you.
I was gonna say, luckily, even though we have this, issue within this, we do have the Black farmers market, and doing that, it's like every other weekend, in Durham and Raleigh. So I really do appreciate that we still do have that, and their applications and stuff did just shut down for new vendors beginning of the year. So just look out for when they're going to start posting that back up, because that's been really good for the center, especially with COVID. So getting going to a Black farmer, getting eggs or fresh honey, or fresh produce and vegetables, and crystals, and holistic different things, and hair care products, and they had just about everything out there. You can definitely buy Black. So make sure that y'all look out for that Black farmers market. You can follow them on Instagram. Shameless plug for them.
There you go.
I mean, I think it's a
right.
dope.
And so it'd be
I think that.
Go ahead. I was just thinking about the space.
By creating that area itself, it allows people to like this kind of getting your feet wet. So that way you don't have to go in, you don't have to already be established, because it's almost like, the new food truck at a food truck rodeo, when people already have their favorites. So now is an opportunity for you to, even if you're at both of them, it's an opportunity for these people to make more money. You know what I'm saying? For us to show, it really is like this. It's to show us as a people that we just don't have to do one thing, and then here's another way to do something different. Because you can spark the mind of a kid that's going there and be like, hey, I might want to farm. Once you figure out that Tony make the same amount of money as Tony on the block selling Nick bags of weed.
Collard greens.
Bags of weed, but okay.
Collard greens, Tony.
Collard greens versus weed. I got a pound of collard greens. Won't give me no time for the same amount of a pound of weed.
Hey, this is Keisha's white alter ego. Okay. I'm gonna ask the white people question.
What you got?
So if we had a market called white farmers market, you guys would be upset, wouldn't you? How's that work?
No.
Oh, would you like
white supremacist? White supremacist.
Hold on, Kesha. I would love to answer that question. It's because we are not represented in a lot. We're not represented equally in farmers markets.
Mhm.
So when you're not represented equally at a full clip of the amount of farmers that there are that should be there, then we have to. That's a divide, and then some farmers go away from market. So if I tell you that it's 100 farmers, and 13 of those farmers are black, and you only have 3 of those farmers at your farmers market, then there's an issue because there's 10 other farmers that need to sell their goods. So what those farmers are going to do? They're going to take their blackness and they're going to do a black farmers market. Now that's not saying that white people can't come to these farmer markets. No, you're great.
Please come. I want white people to buy. I want white people to bake black. Right? When white people were asking during the protests during the summer, what they could do. One of my recommendations was that they open a bank account at a black bank, because I think there's there's a misunderstanding sometimes about things with the word black attached to them, and I'm happy like that we live in an area where like our white allies tend to be more like comfortable asking questions, and we understand that they are generally coming from a good place, and they like, is that Black August in the park for us? Not really. Is that can we go to the black bank? Yes, you may. Please do. Right. And explaining why, like you talk about what you can do, what can we do, how can we help?
Put your money where your mouth is.
That's right. The more money that we're able to put into black banks, right? The more money that can be offered to like black entrepreneurs to start businesses, black people to buy that want to buy homes to get home loans. Right. So put your money in there, because if you're familiar with how the banking system works, these are ways that like our white allies or white counterparts can benefit, help. Right.
And I'm saying this right here, because the more you help, the more what I'm saying, what you're trying to do is this right here. When I'm going to say this, and this is, I was thinking about this earlier today. The more you help, the more you put into black businesses. In the future, it will just be businesses. Look at that.
That's a good
Look at that. We won't have to make the differentiation.
Exactly. And that's part of like on top of what Candy was saying, like put your money where your mouth is. The more people in general that support these banks, the more they're able to extend business opportunities, however that looks, to, and this is Keisha talking, Kesha's gone. But they're able to extend opportunities to entrepreneurs of color. But also with that, we're able to have the bandwidth and wherewithal to advocate and for changes in government and changes in laws that do exactly what Kareem just said, make it just a business. Because right now it can never be just a business.
Second time she did that shit.
Right?
Yes.
She did this shit last Sunday too, didn't she?
I did.
On Sunday?
I did.
Yeah. So
yeah, you did.
So Daniel, to answer your question, I don't know if you're in North Carolina or wherever you are, but I know here in this great state, you have Mechanic & Farmers, which is in Durham. I have an account with them. Also, One United Bank have an account with them. You have,
and they're a new one now, Greenwood. Greenwood. Mike's Bank.
Greenwood.
They haven't sent me my email yet. They're still. So right now you can sign up for Greenwood.
Yeah, you sign up and they're accepting. As time goes on.
They're a little they're a lot overwhelmed right now, which is a good thing.
I bet so.
There's a credit union in Kinston, and there's another one in Charlotte, First Legacy, something like that. Anybody else?
Thank you, Justin.
Can add in.
I think Daniel's in Michigan, so you're gonna have to check out the ones out. It's got to be something outside of Detroit and all that shit. But yeah, or you could they got like you could use because Mechanic & Farmers is a well known and trusted one. So I mean, I'm sure they
Yeah,
They have an online presence.
They have an online presence. So
Yeah.
they got an online. One United has a good online presence, and they have ATMs. One United, One United Mechanic and Farmers, are probably like the top two.
Right.
I just quickly Googled black banks in Michigan, and One United Bank came up. First Independence Bank, which is in Clinton Township in Detroit, and Liberty Bank, which is in Detroit. Those are all black-owned banks.
Also,
He said he coming back. Don't worry.
Wu-Tang Financial is also a black and Asian bank. Wu-Tang Financial. So make sure you diversify your stocks and bonds.
I'm gonna say you for real.
Go ahead and start your treatment.
Now we're talking about banks.
Man, when they have Wu-Tang Financial.
Look, so now we talking about banks, Bishop, right?
Ma'am.
We talking about banks.
Yep.
You heard about this whole Durham among the short list of cities for this pilot program?
Yes, we did. I sure did. Hold on, because boom, I got the article right here. And this is one of the ones that I did go over. Come on, pilot program. See, when it comes up on your phone, I made notes and all that stuff, and now it doesn't want.
I believe in you.
So
what's this pilot program? Talk to me.
So the short list of the cities of the pilot guaranteed basic income pilot program. So let me I'm trying to get down to the nitty gritty.
Like a minimum wage?
No, it's like a almost. Let's see. Where is it? CEO Jack Dorsey invested $15 million to show proof. So what you have to do is pretty much to take some of the burden off of during the pandemic, and then some of the struggles. It's pretty much just getting people that's in a bad way help out. Hold on, I'm trying to get to the part where I had it noted, where it gave me the actual details and stuff like that. Let's see. Free line.
Because I do know that they've executed a similar universal basic income program, and I think it was in a city in California, I think, where some places they're doing just like pilot tests to see if it would be a benefit to communities, right? Because as the workforce changes, and we let the robots run our world, we may run into issues with job, what's that called? Job security. Mm-hmm. So one of the ideas is universal basic income, and it wouldn't necessarily be, a $50,000 paycheck a year, but it would be like most of the time that I've seen it, it's been about $1,000, $1,200, somewhere between $1,000 and $2,000 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Right. To just provide some buffer area, and they're testing to see what people are doing with it, if it's improving the people's quality of life, et cetera, et cetera. What are you saying, Bishop?
Back into the economy.
Yeah, so it's kind of pretty much it's like a baby stimulus package for people that deserve it, So it's kind of it's like one of those. Mm-hmm. It's not a handout, but it's almost like key to like, let's go ahead and take people that actually need the help. That because a lot of situations, especially growing up in bad, and not going to say bad neighborhoods, but in poor neighborhoods, you have people that really want to work, that really want to do well, but either their education isn't there, or they're not given the opportunities, like black farmers markets, and to gain wealth. Because sometimes to get past a certain point, you got to have money to make money. You know what I mean? That's unfortunately how it is. So it's like this. So if you don't have a suit to go to if you could get it, like I could be a math whiz, but if I don't have a suit, I can't afford a suit to go get the job interview, or I can't afford to fix my car, or put new tires on my car, or do things like get my registration, or something like that, so I can drive. That $1,000 a month can get you over, because that way, you don't have to look at your babies and be like, either feed my babies
keep the
or
lights
go to work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Or get to daycare expenses and everything like that. Ooh. So all this stuff that you got to look at, that these things right here for the people that have more, that's how it should be trickled down. That's the trickle down economics in that point. Yeah. Let's go ahead and fill in the gaps that you guys have, because if we can get you if I can get you to a certain point where you don't need this anymore, then you can turn around and you can do this right here. I remember when I was there.
Yeah.
So let me go ahead and kick back with your extra. So without, you know, and then I think and I think there's room there for like financial and education, because that's some things that a lot of like poor folk, the only reason why they're poor because they're not financially educated. Because
Literate, yeah. Financial literacy is really important.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's a holistic approach, right? So the payments, I'm pretty sure, will be based on like the median income and then the poverty level and trying to fill that gap there.
Right.
Not completely fill it, but
give it a boost.
Get it closer, right? But also, like Bishop said, around education, because you don't want people to sit in that gray area, right? For a long time.
No.
You're going to need to provide them resources to help them get whatever they need to up their income on their own.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then that throws off a balance. This old white lady told me, well, I was talking to her randomly one day. We started talking about the economy and stuff, and how jobs like working at, the counter at McDonald's or in a grocery store, or jobs like that used to be, in my lifetime, I've remembered being in a grocery store and all the cashiers and almost all the cashiers and all of the baggers and people working around the store were teenage or college age kids.
Right.
But now you've got adults moving into those roles because they have to.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the kind of a gauge of where the economy is, right? People that have skills, because you've got people, if you talk to enough people as you're out and about in the world, you find out about people's lives. And you've got people that have college degrees in other areas, not because of any other reason other than they got laid off, or, of course now we have COVID, but they're working at the counter at McDonald's, or they're working in Walmart, not because they want to, they like to, they
Hold on,
enjoy it.
Keisha, I think Justin, just give him a second when you get his just wrap so we get a second, because I think he's trying to say something like 3 times.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'll let you finish. I don't like cutting people off, and I don't like being cut off. So I do. Go ahead. You'll finish. I'll let you finish.
But it's a true test of the health of the economy when we have those types of roles filled with teenagers, young people, retired people, and then the people who have degrees or want to get degrees and actually have to work. But this program would have to be holistic to help people get to that point.
Yeah. So I like that program, and I don't want to say piggyback what Bishop had to say when he was talking about it. It made me think about it was a scene in Barbershop where old boy had ran from after he got his haircut, and then he came back. He was like, "Yeah, I needed that haircut so I can get this in. I had this job interview. You know what I'm saying? I got some money now, huh? You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for my haircut. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want, otherwise he wouldn't have got that free haircut. Right. So I get what Bishop was saying earlier. And then I definitely, understand what Keisha was saying too, because you think about a lot of people that retire early, or even late, but just retire, period, and then still go and get another job. So they have this retirement check that they're getting, which isn't enough for them to live off of, but then they still got to be a Walmart greeter, or they still got to do some kind of part-time, whatever stuff. So the cost of living, isn't what we're expecting or what we're used to based on what we're putting in. My only question was, because I was hearing what y'all were saying about this thing, and I was like, okay, is y'all saying this is state funded or government funded? I'm really don't know anything about it. That's why I was like, okay, what is this again? Because that's why I was like, are y'all talking about? That's why I was asking, like, y'all talking about, like, the minimum wage, or are you saying North Carolina's now going to say you make X amount of dollars a year? You know what I'm saying? So that's the only question I had, because I didn't understand the whole concept of this program.
So stop me if I'm wrong, but the program, from what I read, is privately funded. It's like it's not, they're coming in and kind of like putting their money where their mouth is, the people that are doing the actual program and stuff like that. So it's kind of like again, kind of like I said, it's like it's the haves that's saying let's go ahead and try to help out the have-nots, right? And that's basically what it is. You know, it's I think the number was what, like, to start off like 15 million, which is a lot of money, but not a lot of money to, you know, to try to see if it just, you know, if it works.
Maybe I'm asking a question.
Let's see what people do, right? And to also piggyback on that stuff too. But we're not talking about is like when Keish was talking about the lady. When you said, yeah, we always used to see kids and all that stuff, like myself included, when we would work these jobs. But again, there was a point in time when you could have a high school diploma and be able to take care of a family of four, be able to get a good job, you know. And
you could work at a factory or something.
And you can work at a factory, you can work in textiles. But I'm saying,
right, Dustin, I sent you something today about that, like how in Indiana you can buy a house. You see them houses I sent you? Like there's for $120,000 in Indiana. I said, like $120,000 house, right? Like,
or DM.
3 bedrooms.
We'll talk later.
DM, yeah. But I'm saying those people work in factories. Remember we talking about brain drain stuff. So yeah, Bishop, you're right. Like you could, and there are some places where you still can, but for the most part, still, like inflation, my nigga.
Right.
And the cost of living has gone up.
But what I'm saying is right here. It goes into the place. It goes into this place. Those jobs still exist. It's just that now people have tagged on. You have to have a degree to get into places, and it's like this. No, you don't have to have a degree. Like honestly, you know what beats a degree on a job training? Knowing what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? I can walk into any place with as many years of customer service I have and everything like that to be able, because guess what? Because I have job experience, I can do a much better job much quicker than anybody with a degree in communications when it comes down to communication. That's all I do. I talk shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I do. So I'm a professional shit talker. So if I can sell water to a well, I can sell a damn car. I can sell a rocket to NASA. If you just tell me the specs of the rocket, all I need to know is when you compartment. You know what I'm saying? It's right. When you compartmentalize certain things, a monkey can send itself to space if you teach it correctly.
And I'm about to give you a Wolf of Wall Street. Like, sell me this pen.
Right. Listen. I got this baby toenail clipper. Okay, this baby toenail. You ain't gotta have babies. You know why you don't have to have babies? Because this thing right here, this is made out of American steel and plastic. Right there. That's not breaking, ladies and gentlemen. You know why? Because that's tempered. You know what tempered means? I don't either. Guess what? I know it's good. I know what keep an edge.
It's good.
Right up.
You know what you do? You know what you do right here? You know what you do? You take this clipper, and yeah, sometimes you got to hit that nail 3 or 4 good times before it come off. But guess what? Maybe you should go to a podiatrist. You know what I'm saying? And look at
hangnail clipper. You gotta sell that hangnail clipper. You ever have a hangnail in the middle of in the middle of that nail?
Right here. Look at that. That's a hangnail clipper right there, ladies and gentlemen. It's also you got that coke nail. You want to keep your coke nail nice and trim?
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that. That's a coke nail trimmer. So that way you're not scratching the back of your nostrils. Smooth it on out.
How did we get here again?
You know how I just hope that like you know that my lottery ticket that I bought. I hope my lottery ticket I bought will allow me to buy a plethora of types of baby toenail clippers.
Speaking of that,
not bad at all.
I'm gonna buy y'all all toenail clippers.
Thank you for that transition. Shout out to our homegirl in Durham. That won. She's a nurse. She's a nurse that won $1 million in prize money from the Lotto to start 2021 off.
I haven't read this story, but is she still going to keep being a nurse in this environment?
Yeah, for $1 million.
Yeah.
I know I would. I keep going.
Well, remember after taxes, I think. What did she get after taxes though? It was
Probably
half of that. She took the lump sum.
Yeah, 55.
Yeah, right.
About 7, but
hold on.
No, it wasn't.
Hold on. I'm going to the what's name. But her,
I want to say it was like
You said
425.
Terry Watkins. Shout out to Terry Watkins.
Yeah,
Probably like
Watkins.
she's probably going to keep, let's say, half between
Half.
federal and state taxes.
Yeah, it
half,
was.
or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, after taxes, she had like 450. And so she said that she was going to move slow. She said that she wasn't going to rush to like change anything in her life. She was going to sit on the money and figure out what a smart thing to do next, what a smart choice was going to be for her to do next. So she's not rushing to like quit her job for no $400,000.
If she's a nurse,
all medical
that's only 4 years of maybe 6,
right?
4 to 6 years of income. You know what I'm saying? In all actuality,
yeah.
About what medium income are you talking about? I mean, living a luxury life. You gotta.
No, I'm saying nurses. I don't know if she's an RN, LPN. I don't know levels. You know, I know there's certain levels. So I'm just saying, based on if she's coming out with 400,000. I know nurses that make, you know what I'm saying, 100,000. You know what I'm saying? And some make a little bit less. That's what I'm saying. 4 to 6 years of depending on how much she makes. You know, she's only going to live off that million for 4 to 6 years.
Yeah. Just buy all medical stock. Anything, hospitals, drugs, equipment.
But
the fact that she said that she would, the fact that she said, go ahead.
Buy medical stock. I'm trying to look up something.
The fact that what was impressive to me is the fact that she said that she was going to sit on it for a second and figure out what the right thing to do was. You said you could do what, Justin?
Oh, she was saying medical stock. I said, I could talk to you later about that.
Candy found that surprising that she would sit on. Like, you feel like most people would blow it right away.
Yes, I did, but I was impressed. Yeah, people do, just because it sounds like a lot, but it ain't a lot, and it they don't do the math always. You know, we purchase emotionally. We make those kind of people come around during like a pandemic. There's gonna always be somebody who needs something, right? And so
I got pipes outside.
That don't mean they got to
get replace them.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Only thing I'm doing,
they don't.
I'm changing my name.
Nah, you don't have to.
I'm changing my phone number. I'm gonna get a lawyer and accountant. I'm changing my phone number.
Yes.
But there's still always the lottery curse. Yeah, I know y'all have seen shit about the lottery curse.
Yeah,
right. I'm still going to work.
I got the solution for all that.
Bishop, go.
I got the solution for all that. Here it is. I've been thinking of this for every time I buy a lottery ticket, I've been thinking about this. It's the Bishop list system of lottery winners. Now, this money is not enough money for my list system, honestly. You know what I'm saying? This is like $400,000. I still tell you.
Hold on. Don't tell your idea though.
No,
you gonna tell everybody your idea?
No, this is cool because I want okay. So if you hit the jackpot, you hit the jackpot and you get $100 million. Okay, boom, you got $100 million after you do your lump sum and everything like that. You have to look at all your people right now. Go on your Facebook list of everybody that you speak to every day and give them a dollar amount. This is what I'm saying. Now you say you are.
Wow.
Let me say this right here. None of the intelligently ratchet. I love y'all to death. None of you. If I won
with $100 million in bank right now.
If I won $100 to $300 million right now, this is where it is. You guys cannot get more than $250,000 from me. Y'all, my $250,000.
That's high, friend. That's too high.
Listen,
exactly.
I agree. That is kind of high.
Listen,
I mean,
I'll take it.
Generosity. Hey,
I'll take it.
Who's my best friend?
I'll take it. Hold on. I'll take it, and I'll be your nanny for a year. How about that shit?
No. That's shut the fuck up money.
Bishop, Bishop, I just want you to pause. There are 4 250,000s.
Right.
In a million.
That's almost a mil. That's almost a mil. Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
shut up, Keisha. Stop fucking our money up.
I'm talking about a large, life-changing amount of money. What I'm saying is that's the maximum you're going to be able to get, like for life. Here it is. I don't want to hear about I got a business. First of all, and then because I talk to you guys at least every week. I am not giving any money to anybody I don't talk to at least every week. So then we go down. Like I got rapper friends. Listen, I will put an NPC in your studio, but that's it, nigga. You only get that $800. You know what I mean? For you to be motherfucking coming to with your business plan. my cousins and shit that they ain't never come to motherfucking Durham to see my ass, kiss my ass. Here's $50. This is $50 more. What?
It's
$50 more than what you had when you start talking.
$50 more that you didn't have. Johnny's getting his leg cut off. Well, maybe Johnny shouldn't have beaten you on all that sugar, knowing his ad had the sugar. Fuck you, Johnny, and your leg. But guess what I will do?
Damn, Johnny got the sugar.
Listen, Johnny, I will make sure you have a life supply of oil on that for that goddamn leg. Okay, this is what I'm saying.
Like lotion, oil. Oh, the prosthetic that you ain't buying.
Listen, I'm gonna come up with a kiss my ass list for people. Like, listen, you set up the baby mamas and all that shit. Like, you just got to do it. You're like, listen, this is. You get them out that you can say, shut the fuck up. And don't ask me for nothing else.
Buying the baby.
Huh?
I'm going to buy the baby.
But yeah.
Oh, we can buy baby? Wait, we can buy the baby? So can we like remove the amount of money to buy babies? Is that what we're hearing?
That's what I'm going to do.
But so I want to go back a little bit.
I got mine for free, but I'm just like, how much for the baby?
The
baby. And you leave me the hell alone. How much you want for the baby?
How much you want for the baby?
So, Bishop,
that's next
what
level.
amount for this $250,000 agreement that we're making on live? What amount of lottery would you have to win? Because I'm coming to collect mine.
He said 300.
Like 300. Like it was like 300.
300 after taxes and all that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If I got 300 in my hand after taxes, it was like $1 billion or some shit crazy like that. So if I got 300 in my hand, then $1 million out of my 300, I could give to my friends. Because if you think about it,
what's your number to retire right now and be like, okay, if I won this amount no less than this amount, I'm no longer working.
I would say $5 to $10 million, but I'll still be working though. I will still
not working.
Not well. You talking about just shut it down?
What is I would ever not want to do something like either it would be like
30 mil, 25, 30 mil. I do that. Like living above my lifestyle, because what I'll do, I wouldn't live above my means that I do right now. I probably go out there and get a new.
He gonna get a Camry.
Be out there.
I had a Camry.
The new ones go fast. So the new ones is for you.
I ain't even getting. Listen, I ain't even getting a new one either. I'm getting a 2000.
All right, Bill Gates. All right, that's how rich people stay rich, though. That's how rich people.
That is
people.
Go to Cary. Yep, go to Cary in those $500,000 house neighborhoods. Go look at that shit, right? Like those motherfuckers have Camrys.
A banging ass home than a banging ass car.
Listen, what I'm saying is right here.
Amen to that.
Listen, I will remodel the shit out of this motherfucker. I might even add a on this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like
your HOA is not gonna let you add no stories or no whole bunch of scrolling, whatever.
Listen, when I'm telling these HOA, listen, shut the fuck up. This big daddy money.
Take this money.
If I wave $10,000, they gonna move in cash. Something gonna move up in here.
And that is
why. Have I ever
HOA house right
y'all? There? Oh, sorry. Have I ever talked to y'all about the documentary I saw on Driving While Black? It was on PBS.
You did like
I remember hearing about this.
Not like real. We haven't had a deep dive into it.
Oh well, just the fact that it is innate in our culture to worship cars more than we worship property because we couldn't worship property before. So,
exactly.
Change the narrative, y'all. Change the narrative.
Yeah, definitely.
Like my uncle told me a long time ago, and this was when I was a teenager, right? When I started smelling myself. And shout out to my uncle Eric, he passed away, but he lived with his wife because he was going through cancer treatments or whatever. And he said, "Yo, Kareem, there's two type of cars in this world." And I'm about to be misogynistic as shit, so bear with me. It's cars that get you pussy and cars that get you to pussy. You already cute. So all you need is the car to get you to the pussy. Your face ain't already got you. You know what? Ever since that point, I was like, you know what? I'm gone. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I don't care what type of car.
And the amount of money and struggle that one little quote has saved you along your life is amazing.
Hey, listen, I've applied that to everything in my life. Do you understand? I've applied that same, not to just cars, to apartments, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what? Guess what? Nick, are you comfortable? Are you comfortable Can I walk like when I brought my first apartment at 19 years old and it was unfurnished and all I had was a pallet, 32-inch TV, and my PlayStation. Boy, you talk about me. You couldn't tell me I was the man. Like, who else out here?
It was like, yeah, when you first, like, it was like if you moved out when you was in college, like if you had an apartment when you was in college, like or like right after college, and you was like, look at my IKEA furniture.
Is
why we need an IKEA in the area?
We didn't have no IKEA furniture, man.
I was just talking to my oldest son yesterday. He's 13, so we're talking. You know, I'm just prepping him like, all right, next year you can start getting working papers, start thinking about a job. Let's think about what you want to start doing.
Working papers.
Exactly. Hey, I grew up on work.
The fuck is that, Justin?
I grew up on work. You had to go to the city and
get working papers.
If you're under 15,
like, okay, you're able to.
Oh, you do all that online now, friend. You do it online. You don't even have to go down to the building and then go take it back to get it signed and then go back. Yeah.
So working papers are the same thing.
Working papers
is a worker's permit. Same thing.
Yeah. Working permit, working papers.
It is.
Okay. Philly, we said
he just want to be country.
No, that's a Philly thing. You didn't have a work permit. You had working papers.
Country
city work permit here.
The country city nigga. Right. We use the word permit, nigga. Okay. And in Indiana, we said permit too.
Working permits. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, hey, I'm like, start thinking about what you want to do. I'm like, for me, outside of my everyday hustles that I had, I'm like, I worked at Foot Locker, I get my discounts on my shoes and everything like that. I'm like, down here, you may want to think about working at Frankie's or Chuck E. Cheese or just something, to get you a starter job, weekends in the summer, everything like that.
Those are good starter jobs. Frankie's.
No, I was just trying to figure out how we rabbit hole down from the lottery to Chuck E. Cheese.
But because we started talking about, whole this thing, I started, just telling him about, the idealistic of money and, how to save and, getting ready and, just
financial literacy is great. You teach your kids really well.
But Keisha said something what made me think that, but I forgot it. But anyway, yeah, it just sparked something. I was like, I was just talking to my son about, this whole thing yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And getting
lottery. It was the lottery.
Yeah.
We got there from the lottery.
But just brought up a good point. It's about learning what you're comfortable with, and that's how you can retire off of $400,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I will put that. I would invest. I'm gonna spend some. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna spend some. I'm gonna splurge. I'm gonna do some balling ass shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too, definitely. I ain't nope.
I'm gonna do some ball ass shit, but the rest of it is going into, you know what I'm saying, retirement and my kids. The accounts I got for my kids. They're
I want to say this. If I win $1 million.
So now we're talking about what's up next? The UNC Duke Tiggies.
All right,
what happened to UNC Bishop?
I didn't go there. What happened?
So UNC, they finally released the records for all the sexual assaults.
Hold on 1 second. Bishop, you're a little low. Bring your mic a little closer.
How about right now?
There you go. You ain't got to yell no more.
That's so much better.
Bro, you ain't got to yell no more. You ain't got to yell.
Is this good?
So
actually, no, your mic is low. Your mic is low. I don't think it's your distance.
Turn it.
No, it's
turn the motherfucker up.
Jiggle your cords a little bit.
No, normally it's right. I haven't.
That's better. That's better.
Jiggle your cords.
Your cords are tight. Tight in.
Yeah, jiggle. Tight. Jiggle the cord.
Tight it up.
Yeah, jiggle it. Well, yeah.
Am I good now?
Yeah, better.
There
Yes.
you go. Much better.
Great.
Now tell us about what's going on with UNC.
So you
there you go. Now you sound good.
Well, UNC is doing this. They are releasing the records for sexual assault disciplines. Yeah. So what they were doing, it was kind of like this in layman's terms. So UNC people were reporting sexual assaults, and they were taking those and they were not reporting those to the proper folks. So yeah,
saying he'll bury in the paperwork.
Yep.
Complaint and then it don't go where it needs to go.
Because that affects admissions. You know what I'm saying? If you go on a rape you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying, we don't I'm not sending my daughter to rape
Damn
you.
it, Bishop.
I'm just no for real. Like fuck that shit.
Damn it, Bishop.
If you had like, come on now, like yo, we like listen. I am not sending any one of them these baby Omega female baby Omega babies to anywhere with you know what I'm saying that's out there with a bunch of sexual assaults, especially if when you do a deep dive into them, like damn, you know, because that's kind of bad that you even have to look at that, right? When you send your baby away. And nah, man, like that's the first thing that I'm looking at. I'm like, yo, what is these sexual assault numbers looking like? Because I'm gonna come down because y'all better go ahead and get this shit right before I send my baby up there for this damn $30,000 for someone to accost her. Because guess what? What's gonna happen is I'm coming in that shit and I'm full on with a goddamn battle axe. Okay.
Oh wow! Don't make me put the daggone Juice Lord mask on. It's a wrap.
What? Damn, we already gotta wear a mask right now in COVID.
Bro.
They gotta come through, kill 6-7 of y'all. Nobody know shit.
So pretty.
But let's
how's it gonna go with the release of them?
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
It's all just public record. That's all.
I'll say
It's going on public record.
Oh, okay. So you're just gonna act. Now people have access in a way where before they just had them hidden or like.
Right.
So now you can go and look up sex.
Yeah, like a criminal record.
How the process work?
It's like you hit the nail right on the head. Now you can go and do your research and see what school has the most sexual assaults.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And then, because if you think about
not
that,
even just what schools, but it's going to have the students
right
for sexual assault. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, you can know who the child is dealing with. You know what I'm saying? As you know, what's going on within the school. You know, because sometimes you may have mommy and daddy or that uncle with money, and it doesn't get handled criminally. And just gets handled administratively, and it just stays. That's big up to them,
right? I mean, it's long overdue. It's long overdue. More. You know what I'm saying? I hope more schools are following their lead, and then you know what I'm saying. Let's. And what I'm saying is this right here. Let's not send our daughters or sons to rape you. That's what you don't want to do.
So before we get out,
how about we teach our daughters and sons to communicate effectively?
Exactly.
So that we don't have to worry about raping you existing anymore.
Yes, thank you. I was about to say the same thing.
Stop touching people's bodies. I don't want to be touched.
So that was the Bull and the Bull. Start talking. That's more of our local news type thing. So before we end that, I do just want to plug, since I have it on, ironically enough,
man.
Oh, nice.
Homie Achilles, you know what I'm saying? His city joint. So you know what I'm saying? I just want to show that to Achilles. What he got. Cause
you got the whole phone. You got the
lime green one I wore the other day or a couple of episodes ago. That I also got.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So just want to shout out that. Yeah.
I don't like that. The fact that you're not now. I feel how Kazi used to feel when they used to come with new shirts. Yeah, like I was good for it.
But let me tell you something. I pay for mine.
Oh man, you ain't doing it right then.
I purchased this. No, I'm doing it right because I'm supporting black business. Local business. I'm supporting people. That's what I always do.
A word. So why you gotta say? Oh, I'm saying what? You saying I don't support people?
Don't, but
are you saying I don't support people?
And I support. Like that's just what I do. I don't mind.
What I'm saying is this right here, good brother. Good brother. Are you saying I don't support the community, good brother?
I'm not saying that you don't. I mean, you
support. I thought you did. Yo, listen. If you got something on your chest, get it off.
I just said it. We're not the same. I support differently.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
well, you made a good point that way.
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to start arguing for no reason.
You may support by doing, voiceovers and hosting.
He's just here to fuck with you. Don't fall into this trap, Justin. Don't let him make you feel different.
I gotta put out my hard-earned money to support certain people.
You know what? Why?
Do something. They ask you something.
Well, maybe what you should do. Maybe is you should get you a talent, brother. You know what I'm saying? And stop coming at me.
I got a skill, not a talent.
So,
So
murder is not a talent.
Where we at now?
Bishop,
Murder.
Bishop, I'm gonna say you Bishop, you could have handled that differently. So
I could have handled
that differently. So let's move on to our next segment, man. The Ratchet news of the week. Bishop Omega, what do you do when you accost someone in a hotel and attempt to take their phone away from them, and then you get on an interview and say you could have handled it differently? Can you tell us about the story?
Listen, what I'm saying, and thank you, Justin, for going through that or whatever. I've been doing Russell. Can I say this right here? I've been feeling like a rustler the whole fucking weekend since I did that shit on Straight to Tape. So I'm sorry if I start dropping rustling promos throughout Intelligent Ratchet. Please don't mind me. But no,
that's the old days with you and Kazi. That's it.
Right. Ooh, yeah. You gotta come down. So now, Soho Karen.
Soho
Karen.
Tell the people who Soho Karen is.
Soho Karen. You know what? How do you say it? I don't know her real name. You know what I'm saying? I did, but I was like, F her.
That chick. She lost her name.
That chick. But you know what I'm saying? But she did an interview with a daddy hat on. First of all, the daddy hat. Come on now. See, that could go so many ways, right? That could go so many ways. But you know what? I looked at it. I'm like, she's probably got a sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? So she got the daddy hat on, and she's talking about like, oh, I'm just a little white girl visiting my family in New York, and my phone was the only thing to da. And maybe I should.
But she ain't white.
Right.
Ain't no way in hell.
Right, Key. You absolutely right. And you know what? And we're gonna allow your anger I want your anger to just boil under right now, like some oodles and noodles. Okay, so
that's shrimp fried rice.
So she pretty much downplayed. I apologize. I made someone feel inferior or anything else. You know, so look at the daddy hat. You know what I'm saying? And the glasses. Like, I don't understand.
I don't understand what happened.
Gail, her lawyer told her not to wear that hat, and she said, "Fuck you, lawyer." That's
right.
That's not a direct quote, but I just surmised a couple articles I read.
Right. Listen, if your lawyer asks you not to do something, don't do it. It's not going to look good for your case. But yeah, so she accosted young man and tried to tackle him. You know, I think we spoke about this a little bit. I would have whipped their ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there she go.
Thank you, Perry.
Yeah. But Soho Karen, she just pretty much didn't care. She was very what's the word I'm looking for? What's the
nonchalant?
No, not nonchalant. No. She acted like she was so above everything, like that the consequences didn't matter to her. Remember when the young dude killed the people? Affluenza.
Affluent.
Yeah. She was very affluent to this shit.
Exactly.
And her mode of speaking. She was like, oh, well, the commoner. You know what I mean? I just, man. I just,
Bishop, enough.
Really?
You threw me off, Candy.
That's what she did to Gail King.
Wait, what?
Damn, for real?
But yes, that's how she was talking.
Said to Gail. She was like, enough.
Enough.
That's how she's talking.
Okay, now I get it.
Enough.
And I saw the show when Gail aired that piece, that part, that snippet of it that ended in her telling her enough. And then they cut back to where, Charlie Rose used to sit, whatever show that is now. But the guy was like, what? And Gail was like, oh, that was my favorite part of the interview.
That was my favorite part. Like, because Gail, it's like this. I'm gonna tell y'all something, younger women. When it comes to an older black woman, you ain't gonna move her off her square. You are not going to move her off her square because guess what? She got arthritis from the neck rolls. You ain't going. This right here, this hand right here, her knuckles have been fused and one. Damn, like the muscles just work that way. You're not gonna take no grown ass, black ass.
She like 65?
Especially one that can read. The one that can read at a college level. You ain't gonna sit here and Gail was like, bitch, I like Gail knew one thing when she said that shit. Bitch, if this wasn't a pandemic, I could whip your ass. 100%.
That's why she thought it was funny.
That's why she thought it was funny. Look at
that. Oh, yeah,
look at that.
And I didn't even watch. I haven't watched. I have to go back. And I don't know. I don't understand internally why this bitch intrigues me so much. But yeah, she's not white at all. But a lot of her paperwork, she checks white.
Yeah, she's a
she has a long fucking rap sheet. Like she's got a long rap sheet, and not to do what mainstream media does to people who committed victim. They do this to our victims. She's a criminal by all accounts, right?
Well, she's Italian and Puerto Rican, so there is something in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess so.
Even though Italians are like Europeans and more. Yeah, go ahead. Anyway,
I mean, we would still say white, right?
Yeah, because race is a social construct, right? Yes, because race is a social construct, and but the way you get to socialize in the world as a white woman makes you a white woman to the world. However, I understand it can take into consideration that white people aren't from America, and so. All of them are Greek and Puerto Rican and German and Irish.
Right.
So, yeah.
Can we skip to something, though? I want to talk about something, even though it's not in the notes, because it just came up. Like,
Go for it.
Wow.
Go for it.
We about to start deep diving because we about to start talking. Your boy has been impeached for the second time. I don't know if y'all know that or saw it.
I'm about to get a rabbit hole. This isn't a rabbit hole at all. This is more like I got you, boo. Sitting in the room.
Has been impeached for the second time.
It means absolutely nothing more than it meant the first time.
President to have been impeached twice.
Other than that,
well, double peach.
Double impeached. Impeached.
I would like to call it the peach pie. Impeach pie. You know what it is?
I got you.
Peach cobbler.
Think about it. He is a one-term president to be impeached twice.
And a two-time loser.
They said exactly. They said today that of the historical impeachments, Donald Trump has half.
Wow, it's like
there have been four in history.
Richard Nixon,
Nixon, Clinton,
and for Trump.
It is hilarious,
and they kicked him off of everything.
I kind of, as far as
thank you for the post that.
No matter how funny it is or how unfunny it is, I guess I could have gone either way. The Republicans did have some, though. If anybody watched this shit today, it was the most dramatic of dramatics in their speeches, and all the pomp and circumstance was behind yielding time and all that stuff, but. That's how the government currently works. But I could have gone either way because unless there's a guarantee that they have to do two things to ensure that one, Trump doesn't get his benefits at, the millions of dollars of benefits that ex-presidents receive. And two, that which I could give a fuck about because they're going to pay for it anyway. They just print more money, right? The main thing is to keep him from running ever again.
He's been impeached twice, so he can't ever run again.
No, that's not true. He has been impeached. He has never been convicted.
I'm sorry.
So impeachment is the charge. Yes, conviction is what the preventative measure, right? So he was impeached the first time, but he was not convicted. So that's why he still remained in office.
You got it right. I stand corrected.
This time he has to be convicted. And so that will prevent him from the post-presidential benefits. So they still have to do another vote in order to prevent him from running for office again. So it's a two-step process after this, as opposed to just one.
So let me ask
impeachment.
So what is the benefit or the necessary measure for impeaching him a second time? Meaning he was impeached previously.
Right.
Do you need to impeach him again in order to bring up new charges? Or
yes. Well, they brought up new charges and they impeached. They agreed.
getting impeachment is basically like getting charged for a crime.
So basically, he beat it the first time. Essentially, like that's why he didn't.
Well, no. He still's got the charges riding. Right. He's never been convicted of that first charge.
Yeah. So now he has another charge for a different crime.
So they're not connected at all. Meaning these are totally different, unrelated charges.
No. Correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure I understood that.
Nope. So in order for us not to see Trump 2024 banners, valid banners, because they're gonna make up anything, but
of course
they have to convict him in the Senate, impeach him, remove him from office, and then vote again on censuring him from running in 2020. Any election, he can never serve again. But it's a separate vote, which is probably not going to happen in the next week.
Okay.
That's right.
But it can still happen. So, but they pretty much they needed to get the ball rolling. To be able to get this. So it's kind of like it's kind of like the troubleshooting process. You gotta start somewhere to get the ball rolling to also get the ultimate goal. So as long as he's impeached, then that leaves the case open for them to go ahead as everything else is going on, just to make sure. Because this is like this. This is one of those things like we can't allow you have to be a private citizen.
Yeah. So impeachment is for like inciting the riot and the violence and everything that took place last week. And everything that took place. Was it 4 or 5 people died during that incident? Killed, died, however you want to put it.
Yeah. And it may be 6 because there's a Capitol policeman that committed suicide the day before yesterday, and I don't think he's counted in that number. Yeah,
no, it's a guy that was out here too. That also killed himself.
Really?
Hold on, I'll tell you.
Why? Because he didn't want to get charged by the police, or
well, hold on, I'm about to see it right now.
I'm talking about it. I'm talking about that day during that
directly during
directly from that incident. Now there are several. There was a police officer that passed away. He didn't die. Like you hear the rumors of like, oh, he was hit in the head with a fire extinguisher, or hit in the head with a flag. He had a heart attack or whatever. But naturally, they can put that the stresses that happened during that day caused him to have a heart attack, which led to his death. So they are counting that one. They I know it's the woman that got shot. I'm very unfamiliar with the other 2 or 3 that have taken place of who they were or what happened. I try to disconnect myself from a lot of the news, whatever. But I do know that they just arrested an Olympic gold medalist
they got Michael Phelps.
No, it wasn't Michael Phelps.
No,
it was a dude that was a swimmer though. It was a dude.
Yeah. Did you see how his picture now, as opposed to he is quite hefty now.
Hey, when you ain't running no more,
you ain't no body shaming.
You ain't out here. You know what I'm saying?
Michael Phelps still looks the same though, and they were in the same Olympics, right?
Hold on, because Michael Phelps is a millionaire. And everyone knows Michael Phelps, so he got Subway deals. He got that Subway money.
I can say
he's swimming in the pool.
But I can say, having been in the military, like during that time when you're in the military, you're very active. You know what I'm saying? Conditioning and fit. Once you get out of the military, it's a lot of people that I've seen, including myself, that you're like, damn, okay, you ain't doing PT. You know what I'm saying?
He was an Olympic swimmer though. He was an Olympic swimmer. We just came to the Olympics, so 4 years ago.
Right.
I get AJ
in a year.
Look at this. I'm gonna try to find the side by side pictures. And he got hair growing in his face, so that may have a lot to do with it. And he looked like a completely different person. I'm like, how do you identify him?
I think what it is though, it's kind of like this, because we got to remember the type of calories the athletes eat.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
To do that. So again, it's kind of like what they do with offensive linemen. They give them all these calories because they're actually working the bulk up, and they're working on they're working it.
Right.
But
so
then when
that 3,000 calorie diet and you're not
right, and you use
the 6,
and you look like Bishop Omega.
Job of the butt.
You know what I'm saying?
Job of the hood.
I think that it's time for
They
a
might
dad
have broke something. We don't know their story. We don't know how people gain or lose weight. So we don't know nobody's story about how
this
they got to
particular
their
guy,
size.
I don't care his story.
Like we assume we assume things on athletes that aren't necessarily applicable all the time. So he could have hurt something, broke something, right?
Hey, get it.
Keisha away. Shout out to the bot dad. Shout out to the bot dad. Shout out to the bot dad. Hey.
Bot dad.
Bot dad.
What I'm about to say, bro? About to get up too.
Woo!
Keisha hates us so much today.
Come on now.
But we love you, Keisha.
Hey, listen.
Justin, I got a question for you. Okay, I'll wait, Bishop. I got a question.
Real quick. I want to say this about Keisha. The only reason why Keisha turned her camera, because turning the camera off doesn't not show me.
It doesn't mean you can't see.
Right. No, she doing, she licking the screen. Ow. She didn't want to see. She didn't want to see us licking the screen.
Justin, we have a we have to have a conversation.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's have it.
Justin, hotels.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm about to say
Jasmine Sullivan.
Thinking hotels. Like what? Like what you talking about? Motel Holiday Inn?
Oh God, he's like, hold on, wait a minute. Where are you going, Candace? No, Jasmine Sullivan's got a new album out called Hotels.
Right.
Tales. Sorry, let me clarify. Hotels.
Hotels.
Came back for that shit.
I like what you spell hoe.
Yeah, Hotels.
Oh,
that's fun.
That's
Justin. So you have you taken a listen to this?
I did. I listened to it, and I actually yesterday. So prefix, I was on my other show, Paparazzi, yesterday, and we were talking, slightly talking about it, and I said I really didn't get a chance to listen to it. I vibe to it. I'm the type of person that will listen to it and just vibe, and I'm not necessarily listening to the context of it. You know what I'm saying? And just listen to how it sounds sonically, if I can, just go off on it. So I wasn't able to have so much of a conversation to what was really being said and having those deep dives. So now, yes, I have listened to it, and yes, I am prepared. Did you listen to it?
I did.
Okay.
I feel like hotels. I feel like I listened to it 4 times.
Okay.
I feel about hotels the same way I feel about Wegmans.
Okay.
You know how when Wegmans was open, everybody be on the internet talking about how, Wegmans, taking selfies with their friends with slices of pizza and shit. Like, it's hype to go, like it was a trip. They took their whole family and everybody. Ooh. So you're thinking, damn, let me go to Wegmans, right? I'm sure I was late when I went, but I finally made it to Wegmans. Got into Wegmans. I was extremely underwhelmed by the whole scene. My favorite thing was the wine selection that Wegmans has. Right?
Okay.
I would go back for the wine. Right?
Okay.
I was extremely underwhelmed by hotels. Let me clarify. I'm not necessarily the biggest R&B fan. I don't dislike R&B music, but this didn't do it for me at all. I liked it structurally. I like the idea of it, and I liked it structurally. But it just. I like the Anderson .Paak song because I think I like because Anderson .Paak was there. It sounded like, I stopped listening to a lot of the urban radio stations because the hip hop sounded like trappy music and it all sounded the same. Like all the songs sounded the same. It sounded like mumble rap for singing, and I didn't enjoy it.
Okay. So for me, it was she had the mix of the, with some beats, but then she also had some acoustic vibes, which was cool. That's why I was saying yesterday. I was like, okay, I can vibe to it because she has some Summer Walker vibe. She has some Lauryn Hill acoustic vibe. She has some SZA vibe. She has some her vibe, which was all the people, not all the people, but two of the four that I just mentioned was like, all right, cool. She had that on the album, and which was cool for me. So sonically, it's cool, but when it starts coming into context, even though I can't relate, I was like, all right. The only thing I didn't like was almost the same with parts of Miseducation and Lauryn Hill is the skit part. I don't want to hear talking. I want music.
Not that part.
And this is me with any album.
Yeah,
I don't like skits. I don't like skits.
Oh,
I'm not. Give me music. Okay. I don't want to hear you talking. I don't want to hear scenes or stories or whatever.
You don't like any of the rap albums from the 89 to 90.
No, I do, but I will cut skits out. Like that bugs me. I don't like.
They make the whole context of the album, though. But that's fine.
No, I get it where you're trying to make a story or what I'm saying, but I just want to hear the music. I don't care about the skits. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the old Wu joints or even some of the Jay-Z joints. So no Sunday, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, pay me. I don't care about
it though, but you know it.
I know it. Don't get me wrong. I know it.
You know it.
But I just want to hear the music. You know what I'm saying? So I'm either gonna fast forward or skip. You know what I'm saying? If it's at the end of the album or the end of the songs, I just want to hear the music. Like and those that know me, like really, really know me as Specs, like those that know me, like know that I did a song with my homeboy. The song was called "Fuck a Skit." Like I hate skit. I hate skit.
That disturbs me.
That is a lot.
That's disturbing.
I'm gonna start. Eating me is a generalization. I'm gonna start saying in 2021 that disturbs me.
Why does it disturb you?
Because the skits for me were a lot of what differentiated the music that I loved from the music that I just liked. In the era of skits on the album, they really, for me, like even Igor, Tyler the Creator's latest album, like he had skits in that album, and it really kind of pushed me from an album that I like to listen to with my kids to an album that I like to listen to. Like that, it just makes it so familiar. Okay. But I can understand, like if you're just
I appreciate skits too.
You're ready to, and that is what connected the songs from one to the other, and I like that method. But if you just want the songs to flow, you're more likely to get an album with skits that connect the songs. There's one on, connect the songs than you are to get someone who's sonically adept enough to connect the songs without that verbal intervention.
So I'm one of those people that I can hear a skit and I can understand what's going on. Like I understand it. I just don't. But if I like,
it's an interruption.
Yeah, it's an interruption. Just keep the songs going. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I want to hear.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I've made hundreds.
Skits. And guess what? I don't like any of the skits you've done, Bishop.
Listen, first of all, you haven't heard all the skits I've done.
And so guess what? Ones I've heard are trash.
Oh, I'm playing, you piece of shit. I will tell you that straight to your face. You listen, Josh. Listen, if we gonna talk crazy, if we gonna talk crazy on a television Ratchet, okay, listen, let's just stop the show. Because I'm saying, like, yo, no. What I'm saying is, if you gonna start talking crazy, do you need? This is a cry for help. No. Because when you out this motherfucker say any of my skits was whack, hey, listen, buddy, all right? That's like calling me ugly. Now we gonna talk crazy. Let's talk crazy.
I ain't gonna call you cute.
You don't have to.
There we go.
Call me ugly. Oh no. That's what the conversation is because I don't talk to crazy people.
Dang.
Like I said, but yeah, I couldn't get with it.
Like DMX album, DMX has a lot of skits, even though it's a good album and I can listen to the songs. I don't like the skits. You know what I'm saying? Like it just bugs me.
So basically, with hotel,
they have a lot of skits. I don't like skits. I just don't like skits. Like I can skip over the skits.
So basic or pickles, right? So basically,
yeah.
what you're saying is the skit. So basically, what you're saying is you can manage hotels, but without the skits.
Yeah.
And like if you would like I can
and that's
Justin,
something
on
that
I like at night driving in the rain. I can see this motherfucker in the night driving in the rain. He how he had his light skinned eyes on in that one picture he took. So like I can see his ass like driving in the rain at night and shit with his light skinned eyes on, listening to motherfucking hotels. I can see you doing that.
It the vibe hits. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've been a savage out here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying, so you think, yeah, I don't.
Right, because the motherfucker said it 8 times, right?
I don't like skits.
I don't like skits. That's like a pet peeve.
I don't like pickles.
I hear albums, I hear skits. I'm like, oh, you just took it away from me, or whatever. But what I did appreciate about that was each track was its own like skit or prelude or whatever. So I get to where she was doing in that album, how she was, trying to connect each song through a story or a testimony or someone saying something or sharing something. So it was like, okay, it's cool, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But even still, sonically, I could have did without it.
But she did tweet the other day that to Issa Rae, like, how about I do, how about Issa Rae does a short film with hotels, and maybe I'll drop some more songs. And I guess the songs were short because I had it, I was put it on in the kitchen or whatever. Right. And then it was over, and I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
That's why I listened to it 4 times because I was like, "What the
I'm
fuck?"
number 3 right now. Yep. Yeah, so, but it's over. But I enjoyed it. I kind of did the inflation adjustment for being single in your cumulative years, and it's very applicable to life for single women. If men want to live, and it's like she is one of my favorite female singing artists. So I really enjoyed it, and I'll listen to it. I'll put it in my rotation. I would.
Like I was talking on the show yesterday, and we're talking about what the one gentleman we were talking about tricking, and the woman was like, "Nah, you gonna give a man something to get what you want." You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I totally understood that. You know what I'm saying? And I was explaining, because a lot of times, you get those people that will use sex and not just for the exchange of money, but like, I want this, or even if you're in a relationship, hey baby, can we go here, or can you do this for me? And because he's done had that nut and he's feeling all cool and relaxed, and he like, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it, or whatever.
Or
she, either way. I'm sorry. Yes, that happens either way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying from the scope of the album. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. And so
she said something about money maker pussy wet. Is what I heard? Money maker pussy wet.
But that was a different song.
I know it's a different song.
Yeah.
I'm just on time. In the first 2 times I did like Justin, just listen to it like sonically, and now I'm trying to get back deeper into the meaning of the album. And I think that in particular, Kenny, what you just mentioned, it was in jest, kinda. If you listen to it in the whole context of the song.
Well, I want to. Nita was listening to it in the car, or whatever, and she thought that her voice sounded different. She was like her voice sounded
not as strong.
Was not as strong or deeper. Her exact quotes were,
"I don't like that.
Jasmine Sullivan sounds like a man singing in Jasmine Sullivan's voice." That's what she said.
Damn, Anita.
Man.
Okay.
When the Jasmine Sullivan impression.
Sound like the nigga from P Valley. What nigga name?
Uncle something.
Uncle Clifford.
I can't remember. Somebody like Ratchet here. Some Ratchet here. Uncle Clifford was singing Jasmine Sullivan's part. Is that what you say?
No, that's what she said. She said it was
That's what it
it sounded like a man
So waiting to see what happens with
singing like Jasmine Sullivan and doing an impression of Jasmine Sullivan. Jasmine Sullivan
sound good still, but still a little like
like she gets like he, he can sing, but you know how sometimes men do Whitney Houston song. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's Whitney's song, but he's singing the shit out of it.
I want to feel the heat with somebody.
Wanna feel the show you right.
Like T-Boz. T-Boz, maybe she had T-Boz doing back vocals.
Right.
It's like me doing T-Boz
in
part
the loneliness.
and loneliness. Sincere, why can't we go to Africa?
Yo, that was on TV the other night. And that's the exact part I turned it off. It was late. And I was like, I gotta go to sleep. And she said,
It's me doing T-Boz voice.
Out with Tommy. Click.
Click.
Turn the TV on the way to sleep.
One of the best
Y'all
movies.
niggas get out my house.
Beautiful movie. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. It's a fucking beautiful movie. That's what it is. It's fucking beautiful assholes.
Oh, good.
Oh man.
We done.
Yo, Edith said, yo, that's what she said. I said, word. She's like, yeah, she sound like Jasmine Sullivan.
Dang.
Yep. So
How did we get here?
Dang.
All right, so we help us, P. Please help us, P. Now.
Well, we got.
We need to go back to something.
Yeah, we gotta go back to something. I mean,
Okay.
we got out of order with the Trump thing, and then we just went all down the hill. So backtracking to Parler, Keisha's been bringing up Parler a lot in this in the group chat, been bringing it up on the show.
Don't be
And,
writing my secrets.
Well, you've been bringing it up and talking to us about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
you call me Kareem. You call me Kareem. We gonna talk about your secrets now. You know what I'm
that's your
saying?
Facebook name. If you're watching this on Facebook, which most people are, they know your name is Kareem.
First of all, the people in the YouTube world don't know my real name. Don't do that shit, Keisha. What's wrong with you? You damn snitch. Takashi ass niggas. Okay, cool.
That's
you know
terrible.
what I'm saying?
We gotta bring Keisha back.
The button in a minute.
Are we skipping the parlor? Are we skipping the parlor now?
What we're gonna do? We're gonna put Keisha the 6'9" in timeout right now.
You do. I just want to be clear that you do see, like we're gonna work on mixing this up. Every week we're gonna have one woman up top. But keep going, Bishop.
Listen, there you go. Now you up top. Are you feeling nice and healthy right now? Do you feel good between? Okay, good. Because honestly, what I'm saying is this right here. Damn, what was I saying?
I was saying that Parler was suing Amazon for getting kicked off the internet.
Right. And I want to know how are you mad because Amazon stopped using, because all Amazon said is, yo, we're not putting you on our streaming service anymore,
right?
Or whatever. They didn't kick you off the internet. Amazon does not own the internet. Now, if you can't, it's your fucking fault if you can't find another home. If you get kicked out of this relationship and you didn't have a backup plan or enough savings to get another spot, I'm sorry. Homelessness for you, Paula.
That's your ass.
But there's like if I get kicked out of this relationship and I ain't got nowhere to go, there's somewhere for me to go, right? With this whole internet thing, they've been kicked off Apple, Google. Like there is nowhere else to go. How else? What other way is there for people to have an app on their phone or access some site like social media site that's not one of those three things?
But I'm saying is that
Walmart got it. Walmart.
Is that Amazon's fault?
Just go ahead.
What are y'all talking about? What is Parler?
Okay, so Parler is basically the not conservative, I'm going to say
the right
non-regulated Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's been around for a long time, but it had a resurgence probably like 10 months ago.
Okay.
And it has been populated mostly by right-wing conspiracy theorist.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't. I
White
do have an account
discrimination.
on Parlor. I will not tell my Parlor name, but I do have an account on Parlor. And basically, the shit that Twitter and Facebook and Instagram tag as untruth or they fact check, it goes unfact checked on Parlor.
Mhm.
They believe in full free speech, whether it's truth or lies. So when Donald Trump got kicked off of normal people's social media, that's where he went. And his son had been active, like all his cronies and supporters have been active on there for months and months and months. They were just basically waiting for their king to come.
Yeah.
But the intention was, and I don't know if y'all have heard that Donald Trump said he's going to start his own media company and blah, 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 blah. So I'm sure this whole thing, not necessarily controlled by Donald Trump now, was part of that like whole grand scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets kicked off Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, goes to Parlor, and Parlor because social media basically makes their money from what? Advertising.
Right.
So
Exactly.
all of Parlor's ads and like advertisers in like one day pull the plug.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think it was Google that went first, was like, yo, we're not featuring you in our app store. Apple was next.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're trying to, of course, get advertising back for money, and they're suing Microsoft, right?
Yep.
For antitrust, which doesn't even make sense. But let them go ahead and spend their little bit of money they got on it and whatever. But if there's no app store that carries your app, then
you ain't apping.
And the thing about it is that both, I think, Google and Apple gave them a chance to basically
straighten up,
and sign the same agreement saying that, items will be fact checked and, as not to proliferate this bullshit.
Right.
But they didn't want to do it.
So
they got shut down.
So here's my thing regarding Parlor, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, whatever. And you get a lot of people talking about, they are his free speech or whatever. No, you're not. These are privately owned applications and platforms. They all have terms and conditions. If you don't abide by the terms and conditions, your shit can get cut off. I remember a couple years ago, we had an episode on Intelligent Ratchet, a very good one, and we said maggot with an F, and we weren't derogatory explaining. We were just talking about how that word, can get censored and cut stuff off. And guess what? We said it, and that episode got completely cut. And that was a dope damn episode.
Right. Here's what people need to understand. The algorithm does not read context. It reads words. It hears words. Right. It reads typewritten words.
Right.
So if you say those words, then it's going to get captured in the algorithm. There is not someone sitting looking at your shit. It is computer-based programming. It's going to pull everything in. And the easiest thing, most economic thing to do is just tag it all.
Right. So what I also want to say was the fact that Donald Trump doesn't need, like, his YouTube just got cut off as well. They're cutting him off from these platforms. I'm not a fan. I only got a GED. But if I was Donald Trump or a part of that campaign, I'd be like, yo, you got X amount of people following you. You got mailing list or whatever. Hit those people up and say, hey, go to donaldtrump.com or whatever website you own and put your content out directly there. They can regulate that. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're going to have GoDaddy, you know what I'm saying, or whatever that owns the domain, or you get the domain.
But it ain't about that. I said that.
What I'm saying is, as far as a platform to exercise,
I agree.
He can't do that while he's president, but I bet you on the 21st of January.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
It's too.
Oh, hell yeah.
See, what it is, this right here. When you lose the power, he understands this right here. Once you knock the bully out on the block, he stopped being a bully exactly right then, right? Once he falls, He only got like milliseconds to get his lackeys back together, right? You know what I'm saying? Because if you knock him the fuck out and he stayed knocked the fuck out, then guess what? 2 days later, if he don't clap back, then you exactly stop being a bully on a block.
That's right.
A lot of people.
It's an ego thing. I think it's an ego thing, though. All this removal
thing for him, and he has a lot of people, and I'm not encouraging it at all. But I'm like, okay, if he's so worried about being censored on all these platforms, fuck all these platforms. Create your own.
No, but Jeff, can I step in real quick? I don't want to. Sorry, but see, this is what happens. This is what happens. Just he does not want to be, because then when he does that, and you spit all the shit that he spit on his own website, guess what you become then? You become a whack job. You know what I'm saying? That's whack job shit. It's like, you know what? What the fuck is Donald Trump on Donald Trump loves America, or Donald Trump loves Donald Trump?
He's going to create his own network. What is he doing then?
He's doing that's whack job shit.
Gonna have to.
Right.
You know what I think happened? What's going to happen though?
Or DNN or DTN or whatever you want to call it.
Are you even arguing about what even?
We're not arguing the same. I'm saying no. We're talking about the mind of Trump. The reason why he doesn't want to do these things, like the reason why Twitter and all that stuff is more important, because when you say it on Twitter, it holds more weight. It holds more weight than it does, like Pico said, on a MySpace.
Reaching a lot more people. Yeah,
it reaches. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, yeah, it's ego is right.
Can we agree that it brings a little bit more validity to it? Because if I go on Twitch right now, right, and I do a Bishop Jewel on Twitch, and I get 100 likes, but I do the same one on Facebook and I get 50 likes, which one of those has more validity? It's because more of my people that I fuck with, that I know, are on Facebook. So that's gonna be more of my crowd versus it be on Twitch or MySpace. I do the same thing, and people like it there. You know what I'm saying? So those likes are gonna have more validity, I think.
I get it.
I think he probably bought the website space for no fly list.
And I seen the video of the one guy. He was at the airport and he was spazzing out. He was like, "Oh, you for no fly list." I was like,
"Forget everybody in here, man."
But how did they do that?
Treat me like a black person.
He said that.
He did not say
that part.
Oh yeah, there was they had a guy on the ground pinned down, 2 cops. He was like, "You treat me like a fucking black person. You treating me like a fucking black person."
Oh, I thought you were talking about the no fly list video.
No, but
it might be the same person. But
it could
no. There's tons. Go to Twitter.
It's a lot of them. It's crazy.
It's tons of different people. How did they do that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to know how?
It just shows you all the hatred they have inside them that they're going to say that.
No,
how did that?
I know. Listen, this is how they did it. Because the Capitol building, we all understand the Capitol building is an old building. So everybody needs cell phone service. So what they did, they have their own cell phone network inside of there. So when you come in with your cell phone on you, they're the federal government, they can triangulate your position during that time.
Yep.
So all you have to do, ping that cell phone. You in there taking video. First of all, you in there using your damn account on Parler or Twitter and everything like that. So that's there. You know what I'm saying? And then all you have to do is just walk into the building during that time. Your phone number's there. Cross-reference that. Boom. You're on the no-fly zone, buddy.
Yep. They did. I did see something that said there are not towers by height definition, but all throughout, like under the federal buildings in DC. Right. So anybody that comes in there, if you think a cell tower is outside the city, that's the last one you saw, but there are plenty underneath the grounds under downtown DC. So they constantly fucking pinging people.
Yeah, they're pinging people constantly. They're also able to, when the president is mobile, or vice president is mobile, they're able to cut those signals off so that way you can't give out another signal. To, you know what I'm saying? At that moment, things down. So yes, they do have those capabilities.
Is that why the cell phone service is so bad in Southeast DC? It's terrible.
It's crazy.
Never mind. Sorry.
But also under the city, when the Capitol was under siege, also there's tunnels built under the city that lead out to Baltimore Parkway, BW Parkway, so that they can go like north away from the city.
Yes, away.
Yeah.
And so, like in that picture for the thumbnail for Intelligent Ratchet, I do, I don't do it often. I do want to shout out that one officer that, he was actually diverting the rioters and the, those people away from the Senate floor. You know what I'm saying?
He pushed him. Was like,
yeah.
Everybody started facing.
Went down the hallway. He was diverting them away from where they were supposed to go. Distractionary technique. So, shout out to him for doing that. The people are labeling him as a hero. So,
shout out to him. Made his money so he can retire, like we was talking about earlier.
He was like, oh no, you pushed me. Ooh. Like
it is a lot of things like, outside of me being in law enforcement, with my business that I'm personally, building, I do physical security. So I do threat analysis and threat assessments, on the buildings to see like, okay. And I'm like, what the hell was going on with their lockdown system?
They didn't have one because they didn't feel like it was going to be a threat. They literally had
they had racks
to build a barrier around the building. Like not even the fencing that they put up in normal protest. They had fucking bike racks.
Yeah. So they have one in place, but it's not sufficient. But then on top of that, when you have people on the inside giving access to the people outside, it cuts out the whole lockdown system. The system is in lockdown. Like I've seen videos of people like on the inside opening up the back doors and the protesters come in. You can't necessarily stop people from climbing walls. I get that. But you could have certain other deterrents in place. I'm thinking of the windows. Why wasn't the windows ballistic? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Windows.
Where were the bears?
Doors. You know what I'm saying? Just all certain barriers that they can put up. I mean, they probably have certain barriers, but just to stop vehicles, but they're probably like little pillars or the metal pillars. It's not necessarily something that stops people from entering. I look at all of those things. I'm just like, yeah, this shit was a whole cluster.
They were ill prepared.
They were ill prepared. One, and they were complacent too. And I partially think that a lot of those people that were on the inside, quote unquote, allowed it. That's just my theory. That's just.
I'll say they helped. I don't want you to say they helped, but they helped. It's on video. They helped. They helped.
I think what it is though, also too, they should have done this right here. This is the motherfucking federal government. Where were the trap doors?
Really? The trap doors, dog? So you looking for some
the White House or even the Pentagon, this wouldn't have happened. But the Capitol building, I think they need to have more contingencies, to it. But then that's why I also say complacency, because they could be thinking, ain't nobody ever gonna come to the Capitol, but we Gucci over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
friend, the documented difference in preparation for the knowledge of a Black Lives Matter campaign versus
I also think
one.
It was allowed. It was allowed.
Yeah, just start.
Definitely.
One, complexity, but then two, it was allowed because they had knowledge of said protest or said movement, said whatever was going to happen. They had knowledge of it beforehand. The damn president asked or called for it to happen. You know what I'm saying?
It's the bias.
You had intel. You had intel.
It's not like you didn't know what was coming. Is the point?
You had intel, but you didn't take heed to whatever intel you had for whatever reason. And so that's where I say like complacency, bias, what I'm saying, the whole not allowing it to happen. That's why I say it was both. And
because what they realized, Justin, was this right here. Because when they heard it, they said, "Oh, there is going to be a bunch of mostly white protesters, mostly conservative acting protesters. There aren't going to be a bunch of liberals out there. They're not going to be a bunch of black people or people of color." And then what they did, so their implicit bias is what got them in a place was because they're like, "Nah, we really don't need that because these guys aren't going to really do that."
Their implicit bias was their implicit bias was the fact that they believe it in themselves.
Right.
They're very pro 2A. They're very quote unquote patriotic. They believe in the same systematic point of views and shit that is being projected. So it's like, oh nah, fuck that. Let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? So they put their beliefs before their job. Whether that's right or wrong, that's on them. You know what I'm saying? They have to deal with all that. But that's what it was.
But there's still a lot of questions unanswered about whether the governor of Maryland requested permission to assist them, and the other localities, the DC police, Virginia, Maryland
police was out there knocking heads, quote unquote, knocking heads.
No, they was not.
He was, what I'm saying, knocking heads, the night before. So they already. That's why
they already knew, right? They already knew, and then they put some of them
stuff. But they didn't. They didn't take those contingencies in place. So to me, it was. That's why I say it was allowed.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, his wife paid for, I think it was 4 or 5, several different buses,
right?
Actually get people there. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit was allowed. Like everything that has taken place.
They had GoFundMe pages. They had GoFundMe pages that funded people to get places. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
they need to be charged with conspiracy before the fact.
The unsaid said, here's this money. You go ahead on to DC, and I want you to protest peacefully. Understand what I'm saying? But if some shit pop off, then some shit just pop off.
Get knuck if you buck maggot.
But it's funny to me. It's funny to me that those people that are supposed to be patriotic, very 2A, very pro-military, and also pro-police, actually, took part in hurting the same people that they're supposed to be supporting.
They don't care because those people don't. So here's the whole removal of policy and politics as opposed to.
What you see is the ones that are taking part in defending said thing don't look like them.
Yeah, this is a rabbit hole.
I'll call it what it is. You see the black officers defending and doing their job and trying to help get the white officers are, let's take the selfie.
Yeah.
Yes. That was crazy.
They believe
let him in. Let him in. Move this little bike rack out of the way. Y'all come on in. Right?
It's something to think about.
All day today, I've been watching this thing, right? And watching the news coverage, and always a newscaster's or an interviewer's question is, how do we get the United States back unified? And in my mind, the front of my mind, I'm like,
never was.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the issue.
As far as
now we're people of color are completely out of it. We don't really have a dog in this fight other than the people of color that stood up there today and voted for the impeachment of Donald Trump.
It was not, it was only 9 Republicans that voted for the impeachment.
It's 10.
10. I'm sorry, my bad. Thank you. I stand corrected. Thank you. 10.
But the whole thing is now that it's white people against white people, now there's all of a sudden this huge problem of the lack of unity in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
We've been screaming, give us our just dues for how many ever centuries, basically.
Mhm.
But what
And
it
now
is,
that there are white people that don't agree with white people, it's a huge problem.
no, it's not a huge problem. It's what it is this right here. I think what it is this right here. The fact of the matter is that the American dream that everybody was so cozy and all that stuff, the blanket has just been pulled off, and it's always been as ugly as it's always been. See, what it is this right here. When you can get all warm and snuggly in your privilege, and you can do things like this. Well, I don't have to talk. I don't have to talk about politics with Bill.
Mm-hmm.
No matter, you know what I'm saying. And you guys can have your cookout, and you just ignore it. You just ignore the issue because guess what? The issues don't affect
How bad the potato salad is.
Exactly.
right. The issues don't never affected you in this way. Now you're looking at it.
That's why there's raisins in their potato salad. You know that, right, Bishop? Like, because they don't have to talk about anything else.
Not the raisins.
You damn right, Candy. You damn right, Candy. I think you know what? The raisins in the potato salad don't belong, just like racism doesn't belong in America.
It doesn't.
There you go.
2028 Bishop Omega for president.
Hey, I may
Bang,
vote.
bang,
for
bang,
you.
bang.
Who's your running mate?
Man, I got shit. There got to be somebody brilliant.
I gotta be on the cabinet somewhere. You can make me.
Yo, you know what? They ain't gonna let you. What I'm saying is right. Trump done fucked that up now. Trump done fucked up hiring your friends.
Partners.
Yeah, you can't hire your friends no more. They gonna look back at this shit. They're like, nah, bro, you got the.
You're right.
But no,
there's the regular nigga getting the vote.
I know, right? I was having a conversation earlier today with someone, about this whole thing, and we were bringing up, the people getting killed. I said the woman getting shot, and they were like, "Yeah, the officer's also getting charged with shooting through, the door and everything." I was like, "Oh, he should get." I was like, "He should get charged and arrested and convicted." And he's looking at me, and I'm like, "Wanton endangerment." And he's like, "What?" I said, "That's the same thing that those officers got charged with shooting Breonna Taylor."
Yeah,
they shot through the windows and the doors and all that. That's wanton endangerment.
Yeah,
don't charge her for killing her. Charge her for shooting through the door.
Ooh.
And he just looked at me so puzzled. I said, "Now you see how I feel."
Ooh.
Good job, Justin.
You know what I'm saying?
Did he pee a little bit? He just walked away.
Yeah, he really had nothing to say.
His stocks were very wet. His stocks was wet.
You
we heard that shit.
You know what I'm saying? But
we heard that shit.
Just to bring things to perspective is like, hey, now you have a situation in where this should happen. But they're also, ironically enough, they're like, well, hey, if she broke the law and she did do it, if she got killed, oh well. Like you get some people that get some people that are very much like you have those people that are, I would say, letter of the law, and you get some that are color, or they'll say spirit of the law. So you'll get those people that,
spirit of the law. I've heard that before, but that means color, like based on your color?
No, not based on your color. So letter of the law, some people will say spirit or color. So it's letter of the law, spirit or color, depending on how you look, / color. You know what I'm saying? So you can put it in either or, like where it's more so letter of the law says if you do this, do this.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Color of the law or spirit of the law is like where it's that shade of gray where you like,
it takes circumstance and common sense into
what's the circumstances, the common sense of it, or whatever. It's not necessarily the color of the person; it's how they, how they necessarily just view it based on.
But it's the hypocrisy, right? So the same people that will look at a George Floyd video and say he should have complied before getting the knee on his neck are saying that the exact opposite for people that don't look like George Floyd.
Right. So you weren't on just now where I was just saying I had a conversation with no, it's all good. But I was just saying I had a conversation with a coworker, and we were talking about the woman that got killed, and we were talking. I said that officer should get charged with wanton endangerment, and he was looking at me, and I said the same way he shot through the door. I said, just like those officers shot through the doors and the walls that killed Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
Same thing. They should be charged and convicted with wanton endangerment. And he had that puzzled look. And I was like, see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's
that.
You know what I'm saying? It's that. So that's where that dialogue came in, Keisha.
Bullshit don't smell so good when it's smeared on your front door.
Ooh. Something is that something that Mr. McDougal said? That sounds like a Mr. McDougal-ism.
I don't know. That probably just came from my grandma, one of my ancestors.
He just came to the crib one day and just kicked the door open. Bullshit don't smell like it.
No, my daddy doesn't cuss around me. So
he gonna say BS is. He gonna say bull cocky is not as good.
Bull
cocky. As Show You Right was playing in the background by Barry White.
So right.
All right, Miss Carver.
Yes.
What you got for today?
I know.
Well, let's go.
I don't even know. Like I had a really great thing I wanted to share with y'all, but now I'm distracted by the raisins. Like I feel like if we could stop focusing on the potato salad and the raisins and all the accoutrement that we put in the potato salads at y'all cookouts, y'all could talk about how to dismantle racism and become anti-racist. That shit seems pretty simple to me. Like just redirect the damn energy. And one more thing.
Redirect the raisin energy.
Redirect the raisin energy. Yo, somebody make a t-shirt. It can be like a peach colored t-shirt, can be like skin colors.
Design.
Like redirect energy. Something. Because I'm just saying, if we could redirect this energy to putting fucking, I don't know, y'all put some interesting stuff in some foods. Just redirect it. Use washcloths. Redirect raisin energy.
Shit.
And racism.
Stop it. That is hilarious. Use washcloths also. That's some mean shit to say. That's like,
Some people
hashtag mean shit to say.
Some people don't use washcloths.
Yo, gotta use washcloths.
Some
do you have to really?
Yeah.
Some people.
Don't listen to Justin.
I feel like you gotta use a sponge or something. You gotta get that dirt off. You just can't put a raw bar of soap on your ass.
Why not?
That's not cleaning. That's not scrubbing your skin
in a bar of soap.
Justin, I need you to proclaim that.
Hold on.
I didn't say I do it. I'm just saying.
It's the bar soap. Hold on. The only way that you can get away with not using a washcloth is if the bar soap has exfoliation nodules in it.
So it has charcoal in it.
No, it's got to have. It's got to be rough because you got to. How else are you removing the dead skin off your body?
It's a charcoal.
Well, damn it! Is it rough? Is charcoal rough? As long as it's rough, as long as the soap is rough, then you good.
No.
But don't be in there with no smooth ass ivory soap. Don't go out there and do ivory soap and just put it on your black ass, expect to be fucking clean. You gonna fuck up somebody's pH balance, and then you know what I'm saying. You're gonna be out here dirty dicking. With you know what I'm saying, with your nuts. That's why your nuts is out here smelling like pizza and
Tell him, Bishop.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you probably ain't using hot water either. Now, if your ass ain't gonna be using tea water, like Project water, Project hot water. See, some of y'all ain't never been to the project.
Yeah, put on the stove.
But listen. If you ever been to the project. If you ever messed with a girl in a project and took a shower at a house, you got to put that shit on medium because you put that shit like you do it at your regular house. Guess what? Project water is the hottest water that they ever made.
No, listen, I don't live in the projects. However, when I bought this house, I got a brand new hot water heater. And when the guy came to install it, he's like, what you want me to set your temperature to? And I said, turn it all the way up. And he said, Ms. McDougal, this is a brand new hot water heater. Are you sure? I said, I'm absolutely sure. You could make tea from
That's
the
what I'm
water
saying.
that comes from my faucet.
Listen, that project. Listen,
Woo,
I'm saying
burn your
project
skin
water
off your
is the
daddy.
hottest water they make. That's why project niggas in the projects ashy.
Because they trying to kill all the bacterial
I'm
relation.
talking about all the bacteria.
Well, the hot water, and they don't exfoliate, right? They don't believe in exfoliation.
Shit, fuck that.
Why you gotta share this shit this nigga says?
Go.
Don't share this shit
I
no
love
more.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, you better use a damn wash rag. You
Okay,
know?
how many wash rags you got?
Like I said,
How many?
One for the face, one for the body.
like,
I'm about to say, because if you say you only got one, you dirty, nasty motherfucker.
I only have one, but I don't use
Wait.
washcloths to wash my
Hold on,
clothes.
wait.
Yeah.
Let's
You don't use
clarify.
that's what I'm saying.
yeah, that's
Like,
not,
but hold on. Have you ever done this right here? Because you got a pimp decision sometimes. Have you ever used the same colored washcloth for your body that you use your face and you forget which one is which? That's a pimp decision. That is
I don't use a washcloth. I don't use a washcloth on my face. So
Yeah,
I put the
You're not
face
a
scrub on.
Listen, hold on.
I put the face scrub on,
And then after you Botox your face,
and I have. No, I'm saying when I go to get in the shower, I put a face scrub on, and then I have like an exfoliating glove that my soap goes in, and I clean with my exfoliating glove, and then I have a washcloth.
So
that's three things. Like I don't
wash your body and your armpits with the same thing you wash your ass with.
No, I have a washcloth. That's what the washcloth's purpose.
But if you start at
your face, the loofah for your body, and then
if you get a wash, buy everybody go out. Everybody go out to Walmart and buy 7 fucking washcloths. Okay, you can even use a Sharpie if you want to, and put the letter for the day of the fucking
What you do
week.
is this right here. You put the
You
raw
get in the
soap in your
shower
ass.
and you start with wet the washcloth and put your soap on it. If you're one that washes your face with a washcloth, okay, you start here and you work your way down the body, and then you use a new washcloth the next day. I don't understand why in the Black community we have this huge argument about how to use a fucking washcloth.
Well,
One washcloth a day, top to bottom.
Because some of us can't afford 7 washcloths. You gotta bring that bitch out.
No.
So you're saying you use
that we don't have this
washcloths.
conversation for us.
Why not?
No, I'm not. That's what you're saying. You use 7 washcloths?
A washcloth a day, but I don't even wash my face with a washcloth. I have a
They got skin regimens
depending on the day of the week.
Listen, y'all non-regular ass people, y'all got skin regimens. We get it. What I'm saying is this right here. We going back to the person because what y'all talking about? What y'all talking about is washcloths, right? We going back. Let's go back to that same scenario. The way we talk about washcloths, about Justin talk about this raw bar of soap. You gonna stick a whole raw bar of soap in your ass, and then expect. Listen, and then look. Raw bar of soap. Trife as hell.
And then
he gonna set it out for guests.
Wash off of my ass.
He gonna set it in the guest bathroom.
Sure will.
What's this?
You on this soap?
Here you go. Hey, I do y'all one better. Raise your hand if you don't use bars of soap and you use liquid soap. You don't have these problems.
I don't have these problems.
There you go.
Fuck that. I ain't rich enough to just use liquid
I
soap.
use Bonners.
What was
eucalyptus. I use Bonner soap.
Oh,
so I mix a half a bottle of eucalyptus and a half a bottle of jasmine.
Oh, I got what? Boo.
It was called.
It probably smelled great though, but boo.
I got a novelty gift. It's called Ballsy. It's from a brand called Ballsy, and so
cool.
Yeah. So you got nut wash and a nut spray and like a fragrant oil. That's good
for your nuts. A fragrant oil for your nuts.
So wait, you got a nut oil? There's a nut oil.
Hey,
Does it smell like nut
oil?
Almond oil. Cashews.
When you know you coming over, you take that shower.
Yep. Y'all had a nut gel. Was called Top Cop.
You're welcome.
It's called Silver Top Cop or whatever. And you put the gel on after you get out the shower. And when I say this right here, you can hoop. You can go out there and hoop. First of all, it's refreshing. It's like dipping your nuts in a York peppermint patty. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it's effervescent. You know what I'm saying? It's effervescent. So,
of course, I ain't even have to look at Keisha's face to know what her face looked like just now. It was amazing.
So, however,
Hold
on
on,
the,
but you could
on
use
the
it.
other side of things, I did get a at home yoni steam kit for my birthday. I have yet to use it,
I got
Oh,
you. Wow.
please let us know.
but
Yeah,
it did
that's an
come with.
interesting thing for us to talk
it-
about.
It came
is that?
with a yoni stone,
Mm.
A
and
stone. Wait, put it inside.
What is
Oh,
that?
that's
What is it?
you use it to strengthen your cooch muscles. So
Oh,
put the
Kegels.
stone up there, yeah, and you do Kegels.
So your
And
shit
then
gonna be snapping like
as you get better at it, you can
no, it's stupid.
increase the size of the stone, the weight of the stone, all that stuff.
Oh, so you out here, then
Out
she
here
gonna
working
buy these
out.
streets and be talking
No,
about
nigga, no.
why you nutting
And then-
fast, nigga? Why you all
but
nutting all fast? Like, stop because you're pulling, you're sucking my soul.
So it's like the Benoit balls, but a stone. It's a natural
yeah,
version of the
it's
Benoit
tiny.
ball.
Like the one I got, the starter stone is like this big.
Okay.
And then
That's an interesting
came
thing.
with a little thing of herbs, herbs that you're supposed to steam and do the yoni steam, and then a bunch of sage and rosemary, not rosemary, lavender, and it also came with some yoni oil.
Okay.
And so I haven't used the yoni oil yet. I still closed it because my friend called me. She got the same kit and she said that it's an arousing oil. So I haven't-
you want to be walking around the crib just like switching and touch. Ooh. Is it hot in here? Ooh.
I don't know yet. I haven't used it.
So
I just
okay,
I'm
I
just-
was going to ask, because I was wondering, like, okay, I know everybody has a certain, like, let's say pH balance. Like, I'm like, does the stone affect that, or does the oil like?
What the oil? No, the oil and the stone, they don't really necessarily coincide, but you use the stone to strengthen your muscles.
Right, I
So
get that, but I didn't know if you needed oil.
I don't know if the oil. I don't know what the oil does yet.
Good key. So I want.
Wait a minute. All right, hold on.
Because I got questions.
Justin.
Do you feel disappointed? Like, would you feel disappointed? If you got your yoni stone, right, and you went on here, was like, I'm gonna do this yoni stone, and you just had weak muscles, and that shit just fell straight back out, like, bing.
You just
Impossible. But yes, I would feel disappointed
so
if that could happen in alternate.
That's where I'm trying to I'm thinking like, okay, so do you have to be aroused to be in, like, do you put the oil on the stone for easy insertion? Like,
so that's how the progression works, right?
They need to teach more about vaginas and how they actually function. Because
I know how they function, but I'm just I'm not saying like you're
but you just say it was funny.
I'm not saying you're like sandpaper, but I'm just saying like, okay.
Well, he thinking, what he thinking? I think what he thinking sandpaper versus gravel. Like he thinking.
I'm not thinking driveway. I'm not thinking you're
no. So the starter stone is for the average strength of the muscles, right?
Got you.
So you work that, and then you can increase the size of the stone, which is going to increase the weight of the stone, which is going to increase. So I can lift, like everybody can walk up and lift probably a 2-pound weight, right? Everybody. So you have 2-pound weights. You're out on a little breezeway where people walking by at the mall or whatever. They walk up, they pick up a 2-pound weight. So the people that work out more are going to be able to walk up and pick up a 10-pound weight or a 30-pound weight. So that's how it's a muscle. That's how it works its way up. The more you work it,
I get it.
What I'm saying is,
when I first invented the stone, it was more so like, okay, what does the stone look like? Because granted, I know like tampons and all that, like you have to do insertion. It is what it is. Like I was like,
but also whole babies pop out of there.
No, I'm like, okay, what does this stone look like? That's what I'm thinking in my head.
But like
look like
men get super freaked out, and a lot of men don't understand how those muscles, even if they've seen it in real life, like they still don't fathom how those muscles could pop out a whole 6 to 10-pound baby, and then 3 months later makes my peen feel good.
You know why?
It's because women are amazing.
You
And
know
that's
what I
all you need to
saw? I
understand.
got y'all secret.
Yeah.
I saw y'all
It's
secret.
like
Fucking amazing.
I saw the
technology, like
secret.
amazing bodily
My-
technology.
You
They
are
sent my wife home with another vagina. She is a snap on. It just snaps in. I see what y'all do. Y'all get rid of the baby vagina and y'all snap one in. That's what I'm going
No.
with.
Nope.
It's like it's
Nope.
like a
Vaginas
muscle.
have sophisticated. Yep, it is, but it's a very sophisticated muscle, and compared to like most things in nature, can't match like the way that like vaginas can stretch and retract.
It is amazing. Our bodies are.
For y'all, but seriously, because there's nothing. I get it because there's nothing else that can do what it can do.
What y'all
So
do
there's
is
no way
nothing.
to compare it, so it's confusing.
You
So I
can,
think
But it's
you can literally
There's
expand
like
your
vaginas.
birth
I think so. You know what I mean? That would shave like world hunger.
back up to
Like, can you imagine? You know what I'm saying? If they, I think they, you know, it's like this. Can you imagine if they made like luggage, like vaginas? Like, you come on, man. It's like, yo, that like
Just pack it
like
in.
luggage built around
Luggage
vaginas.
like
Now, hold on, listen.
Where is that lady? Let me send that lady a
What?
message from earlier today so she can
Listen.
get hop on here.
Listen, that would be awesome.
Come on here. Let's get April. Bishop. Hey, Bishop, we finna get April. What's her last name?
Right? No, why y'all doing that to me? I'm saying no. That like if you I'm okay. Listen, what I'm saying.
What's her last
Do
name,
they,
Bishop?
do they not? No, they
April,
built
what's her
buildings.
name?
Have they not
April
studied?
Angel.
What I'm saying? No. Listen, what I'm saying. They've studied. They
Oh,
studied
Angel,
spiders.
not April, my bad.
They have studied spiders, and they use the way that spiders structure their webs to build buildings.
Candy, you're left. Pay attention.
You know what? Fuck that. Put me high. I don't give. Listen. If they made luggage the way they, in the same way they made vaginas, like designed after vaginas, then that'll be a dope ass luggage joint.
That's the point. You can't, and that is my point. Because
I'm
there's
saying-
Vaginas are like Harry Potter luggage compared to regular people luggage.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Okay,
like,
fine.
like you.
What we do next?
Maybe that's what Santa's sack is made out of. That's why you keep all the toys.
Vagina.
It's out of. It's made. Not, I'm not saying it's made out of vaginas. I'm saying it's made out of synthetic vagina material. You know what I'm saying? It's like.
And I just did that and turned around and realized y'all see that Santa that I left with? I didn't put him away. Look at him. He's right here over my shoulder.
That's what I'm saying. He's on my side.
Mean
But listen,
shit.
I just
Go ahead and say your mean shit, Bishop. Go ahead.
That-
Is
I think
that,
that
was that
what-
it?
What he's
That
saying-
qualifies.
What he's saying is that it's magical.
I already said that though, and I have
What
one.
I'm saying is, why can't we
You said it,
why
yeah.
can't we just figure out what's magical about vaginas and
Why
make
not?
Samsonite
Why would
luggage
we?
out of it?
Because in every single sci-fi movie that you've seen, when the
said hot pocket.
oppressing party figures out what fuck is magical about something, then they use it and use it and use it, and then it turns on them, or either isn't magical anymore, or both. So
you're
it.
saying that there's a potential of killer vagina luggage killing the human race. I understand.
I think I said that. Yep.
That's what
exactly
I took
what
out.
I said.
So that has been.
Killer
I'm not
vagina
doing
luggage.
mean shit to say. That is my mean shit to say. Vagina luggage. You know what I'm saying?
Killer vagina luggage coming to a theater near
Coming through.
this nigga right here.
Put the pocketbooks.
Killer pussy pocketbooks coming
Like-
to a theater near you.
You said you want me to sell this pen? I can sell that shit right there, Just. I can sell that right there, buddy. I tell you that much. Yo, this has been Intelligently Ratchet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was the Ratchet part of the show. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope you do replay value. We'll see y'all next week at 8:00 for Candy. Just no. Key,
Hey, let them get their final words off.
no, I forgot.
Yeah.
Key, you have to have a words of wisdom.
Oh, y'all, just protect yourself. I actually literally have children. They will be in the house on the 20th and probably 21st. That's it. Just protect yourself. This ain't our fight.
Nope.
They didn't fight. They fight. Just let
Miss
them fight.
Carver, what you got, Miss Carver?
Damn, y'all. I don't know. Not y'all. Look. Yeah. Drinks. Nothing, y'all. I don't have.
Just sit by.
It's been a long week, y'all. Yeah, bye, y'all. It's been a long. Yeah, y'all. Look, y'all know it's been a week, so I don't know. Go hug a motherfucker again. I'm always about hugging. Not everybody, because it's Rona still, but find a motherfucker to hug.
If this was Juice, he'd be the DJ Q of the crew.
You gonna call me DJ Q from Juice?
Right. My favorite local DJ.
No, don't do that. Favorite local.
Yo, you my favorite.
Favorite DJ in your area, but definitely not local. So follow me on IG, Twitch at DJ Phenomenal. Definitely follow us for sure on our Instagram and possibly our soon to be Twitch. We'll see.
Yeah,
intelligent.
You already got it. I just never set it up.
Bet. And definitely download, listen to our podcast, and that's all I got on my end, man.
P, I didn't mean to call you local. You just
that's okay, man.
I heard that nigga feelings.
You going on after this?
Nah.
No, I'm not going after this. No.
See,
because you local now, right?
Now I'm local.
You know what I'm saying?
It took all my buzz away. It's gone.
Yo, he disrespected the hell out of me. Not only with his garage, but one day I sent him a little tip, like, "Yo, I'm gonna send him some cash out." He played some good music. He didn't even accept it. I'm like,
"You ain't sent me no cash."
Ain't good. I will send you the joint. Like you,
yo. I have never gotten cash out from you, senior.
You want a screenshot?
Sure.
Send that nigga a screenshot.
All right, I'm gonna send you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna
air. Maybe really go check it because
Why you doing that? Why you doing that? Just say your last words, bro.
I ain't got nothing to say. I said what I said.
This has been Intelligently Ratchet. Like that. I love y'all. We out.
Hold on, no.
That's too light.
You can't see it, Jeff. You can't see it. It's light. It's too light.
Oh, hold on.
5. I'm putting the pressure on the pressure cooker. 5, 4, 3.
Nope.
There it is.
Oh, now we can't.
He gave you a half a man too. Yo,
it didn't make it to me.
Damn.
It didn't make it to me. I don't know what happened. Got my government all in there. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.